I'd like to share a quote from Albert Einstein that was shared to me by one of the supporters of FMK. This is the quote right here. The one who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. The one who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been. Alright, so that's a great quote. I think that goes, very relevant to a lot of the video topics that I have spoken about recently about styles in the martial arts. And not just styles, but fraudulent styles, styles of which don't even exist in a purified form, styles of which are being, misrepresented. And, as I stated, these styles coming from the East, like for example, Wing Chun, even Taekwondo, and all these styles coming from there were created by other people, that existed hundreds of years ago. And when you follow a style, you're essentially following a crowd of people. You are not connecting to your inner self, your inner being. And that's what an artist is what it's all about, is connecting with your inner soul, your spirit, and expressing that. And all these styles are just crowds of people doing something mechanical, and great people. This is Albert Einstein, one of the smartest people to ever live, speaking about the importance of being yourself and not just molding into the crowd. You're never going to reach greatness molding into the crowd around you. You're going to, not just about reaching greatness, but just finding out about yourself. If you're always concerned about fitting in, being being accepted by the people around you, you're never going to be able to connect with who you truly are. And people that are able to connect with their true selves, they are truly unique people that are very rare. So Bruce Lee is one of them, and he's the one who, broke away from the Wing Chun to be himself, to create his own. And he reached levels where very few people will ever reach. But anybody could wake up and say that they're a Wing Chun student, Wing Chun master, whatever they want to say. But for you to create your own, that's you. That's unique to you. Just like unique like your fingerprints, unique like your voice, unique like the way you look, the way you express yourself. I mean, even unique of having your own website that nobody else in the world has but you. Your own unique YouTube channel, your unique Facebook, page. I mean, these are unique to you, your signature. Nobody is like you, and because nobody in this world is like you and never will be like you, you're already unique. All you got to do is just be yourself, and then you're beautiful. But when you follow the crowd, you are denying yourself, and you become like a puppet, like a machine. It's just, you're just used as, you're just used up and then thrown to the side. You just become another digit, another number, and you become something useful for economics, useful for entrepreneurs, people that want to make money in business. You're just another number, and that's not art, that's business. You know, and martial art is supposed to be art. It's supposed to be connecting with your artistic part. It's not martial business. It's martial art. So if you truly want to practice the martial arts, you need to connect with your inner soul and express that. Not just becoming just a carbon copy. And Bruce speaks against that all the time. And Albert Einstein is talking about it. You got one of the smartest people to ever live, ever, making this quote. You got Bruce Lee talking about being yourself. You got Socrates talking about being yourself. Socrates is one of the wisest people that ever lived. You got Lao Tzu, you know, the one of the wisest sages ever, speaking about being yourself. You got Osho speaking about being yourself. You got Buddha speaking about being yourself. It's like all these wise people are telling you, you know, to be yourself. To find your own path, to find your own way. So, when you talk about the martial arts, the great martial artists will be the individuals who will find their own path, their own way, and express it. And then you got a bunch of those frauds that will take a label, steal a label, make money off of a label, and these are not real artists. You know, these are just people there to make money from whatever label they could exploit towards their own personal gain. You know, so just realize, the followers of Wing Chun, realize, the creator herself broke away from the tradition of Shaolin to create her own, and then created her own label. Followers of Bruce Lee, realize, he broke away from the label of the tradition of Wing Chun to create his own label. See that. You know, and both these individuals are dead. Bruce Lee about 50 years ago, Wing Chun over 400 years ago. So why follow somebody that's dead and then you're not even certain what are their original teachings? And then you got somebody like Albert Einstein stepping in, one of the most intelligent scientists to ever live, making this profound statement that you will never, you know, if you're part of the crowd, you will only move, you will only get as far as that crowd will go. Okay? And if you are on your own, that's how you're gonna reach to your full potential. You know, talking about in the artistic aspect, this is really important. I know that being a part of a group, it's fulfilling in certain ways, but I think that we need to understand the difference between like a small group and its benefits towards your personal growth opposed to a crowd. Okay, if you're talking about a million people, that's a huge crowd. You're talking about a group, just you and one other person, that's different. You and a few others, that's different. A small group is different. Even Bruce Lee talk about one of the most efficient ways to teach the martial arts is just like a handful of people, maybe like 5 people or under. That's efficient. You know, look at the Olympics, those gymnasts, those female gymnasts, there's just a group of 5 of them, you know, trying to express their talents to the highest level they possibly can. Look at those track runners, the relay race, There's 4 of them. Look at the swimmers with their relays. There's 4 of them. Look at a basketball team, the starting lineup. There's 5 of them. You know, sometimes a small group can still be beneficial towards your personal growth. But the larger that the group gets, the more that it's going to hold you back. And that's a guarantee. It's inevitable. The masses cannot move forward very quickly in their growth, no matter it be physical, mental, intellectual, spiritual. So a lot of times you're going to have to be on your own or connect with like-minded individuals who are also at a high level in which to better yourself and head towards a better way. You know, so this quote is just teaching you to not be afraid to be different. There's beauty in being unique and not just like everybody else.